What's up everybody, it's Justin SVT, and today we are installing new taillights on my S550. I've already got the deck lid done. In the last video it was really bad. This one is significantly better. I went with the badge delete. I just think that it looks a little cleaner, a little bit nicer on the tail end. I do have the hood that it's coming, and all the parts should be here by hopefully tomorrow, and I can get that on as well. But the taillights, now that I've got the deck lid done, it's obviously a different color of black. And these ones are showing some signs of not premature failure, but they're just kind of ugly. And I'll be honest, I really don't want to spend the time to get in there and get them all cleaned individually. That's just not, I don't have the time to do any of that. So I bought the new ones, but we're going to throw those in right now. I have a lot of stuff in the back of this car, mostly cleaning stuff, but you know, it's whatever. So we'll go ahead and get this crap off here. I'm interested to see if these taillights are even OEM taillights, because I pulled some things off this car that I thought were OEM. They're not. On for the review, I was actually wrong. So this bolt down here is irrelevant to the taillight install. It's actually these two bolts right here. And then there's one that's kind of tucked way back here. You can actually find it. This guy right here. This is one of the ones that we got to pull out. And it's looking like, after doing more looking, that I am gonna have to pull the sub out of this car to get to the other side. I might have gotten a little ahead of myself, but I do have the driver's taillight out. It's actually super simple for the 18 plus cars. You literally just get those bolts undone, and then there's this plug-in here for the, obviously for the taillight, and it's just pop it in there, or pop it out, I should say. You'll get a little bit of pressure up on the, honestly, I'll just put it back in to show you. So the taillight will be sitting in here like this. You'll pull on it from either here or wherever you can get your hands in. It'll pop out, and then you can go ahead and get your plug off. Now with the driver's side taillight out of the way, I'm gonna move on to getting the factory sub at least pulled inwards a little bit so I can get my hands back in there. It doesn't have to come out fully, but these bolts for the factory sub, they're half. That's all that is, nothing crazy, just a half. And you can get in there with a deep socket, regular socket, it doesn't really matter. All right, so I got the sub unbolted, and I'm hoping that if I just grab and pull it, it should come out. It's actually coming out really smooth. That's perfect. It should give me just enough space to get back there and get that last bolt so I can get these passenger side tails out. So now we're gonna focus on getting the new taillights in, and I did make a mistake. These harnesses here, to make it easier to get it out in the first place, yes, you can just take the plug-in for the bulb out, but you still have to chase this wiring down the body of the car to actually get this out, because the new ones that you get will have new harnesses, which honestly you're probably gonna need. Both of the harnesses removed. I'm gonna go ahead and get the driver's tail in first, just to see how big of a pain in the ass it's gonna be. Driver's side taillight is in. We'll give it a quick unlock. It's actually very nice. It looks a lot nicer than the factory did. It's a lot more bright. Camera doesn't really do it justice. It's really orange on the camera. But anyways, coming back behind here with that harness that we were looking at, kinda, it's gonna be this guy right here. What you can kind of do, I'll show you over here, is when you get the harness actually into this kind of eye hole, all you need to do to get the taillight to stay is you're just gonna put your hand back here and pull on that harness until it suctions to this eye hole. That way you can get more room to work with, because I'm not gonna lie, if you have bigger hands or you're not, you know, super hand-eye coordinated, you're probably gonna have a hard time getting that harness connected to the car itself. Now, one thing that I will say is your new taillights will not come with this trim piece that's up on the top of the taillight. Literally all you got to do is you can strong arm it and just pull it off yourself, or if you want to be a little bit more delicate, and it's probably the better idea, just take a pry bar up into the edges and pop it out, and then you can put it back on the new taillight. And there we have it. The new taillights are officially in. They look so much better with the deck lid now than the previous taillights did, because the taillight trim was super faded and just overall terrible looking. But anyways, that is about it for the video. I'll get a cold start in for you guys, and then say they look pretty decent. These are much brighter than the factory taillights, and I actually like the way that this sequential, for some reason it looks a little more pleasing to the eye than the factory ones. I'm not really sure why, but overall, money definitely well spent. But now I just got to focus on the new deck lid, getting the spoiler replaced, and there was a little bit of marring on my valance that I'm going to take care of. Same with the exhaust. I have no idea what happened to this car, but I'm trying my best to hopefully get it back to looking nice.